Carl Icahn is a name that resonates around the world of finance. For over 5 decades, Icahn has been a force to be reckoned with, a self-made billionaire who rose from humble beginnings to become one of the most influential investors of our time. His name is synonymous with corporate raiding, a practice that has earned him both accolades and criticism. Icahn's story is one of audacious bets, relentless pursuits, and an unwavering belief in his own abilities. His aggressive investment tactics, often characterized by hostile takeovers and shareholder activism, have reshaped the landscape of corporate America. He has been a vocal critic of corporate governance, often challenging management practices and demanding greater accountability. Whether hailed as a champion of shareholder rights or condemned as a ruthless corporate raider, there is no denying the profound impact Carl Icahn has had on the world of business. He is a complex and controversial figure, but one who has undeniably left an indelible mark on American finance. Carl Icahn's story began far from the gleaming towers of Wall Street. He was born in 1936 in the far Rockaway neighborhood of Queens, New York, to a working-class family. Despite his modest upbringing, Icahn displayed an early aptitude for academics. He attended Far Rockaway High School, where he excelled in his studies. After graduating high school, Icahn pursued higher education at Princeton University, one of the most prestigious institutions in the country. He majored in philosophy, immersing himself in the works of great thinkers and honing his analytical skills. In 1957, Icahn graduated from Princeton with a bachelor's degree in philosophy. It was during his time at Princeton that Icahn's ambition and drive began to take shape, setting the stage for his remarkable journey to the heights of the financial world. Armed with a Princeton degree and a hunger for success, Icahn embarked on his career in finance. In 1961, he landed a job as a stockbroker at Dreyfus & Company, a prominent Wall Street firm. Icahn quickly rose through the ranks at Dreyfus, demonstrating a natural talent for reading market trends and identifying undervalued assets. However, he soon grew restless working for others. In 1968, at the age of 32, Icahn took a leap of faith and founded his own firm, Icahn & Company. With $100,000 borrowed from his uncle, he set up shop as an options arbitrageur. Through a combination of shrewd investments and a willingness to take calculated risks, Icahn steadily grew his capital. His firm's success attracted attention, and Icahn began to make a name for himself in the competitive world of Wall Street. Carl Icahn's investment strategy is not for the faint of heart. It requires a deep understanding of market dynamics and a willingness to take significant risks. It is a high-stakes game plan built on the principles of shareholder activism, a practice where investors use their equity stake to influence a company's decisions and operations. This approach often involves meticulous research and strategic planning. Icahn's strategy hinges on identifying undervalued companies, often those plagued by mismanagement, inefficiency, or a lack of strategic direction. He looks for opportunities where he can make a significant impact. He then acquires a significant stake in the company, typically through open market purchases. This initial investment is just the beginning of his involvement. This stake grants him leverage to pressure the company's management and push for changes that he believes will unlock shareholder value. His influence can be a catalyst for major corporate restructuring. His demands can range from board representation to strategic divestitures, cost-cutting measures, or even a sale of the entire company. Each move is calculated to maximize returns. Icahn is not afraid to shake things up, often publicly criticizing management and waging proxy battles to replace board members with his own nominees. His aggressive tactics are well known in the industry. These tactics can be confrontational and disruptive, but they are often effective in forcing companies to adopt changes that benefit shareholders. The results can lead to significant improvements in company performance. Icahn's activist approach is not without its critics, but his influence on corporate America is undeniable. His legacy in the world of finance continues to be a topic of discussion and analysis. Carl Icahn's career is littered with high-profile corporate battles and audacious takeover attempts. One of Icahn's earliest and most notable targets was Transworld Airlines, or TWA, the struggling airline that became a symbol of his aggressive tactics. In 1985, he launched a hostile takeover bid for TWA, ultimately gaining control of the company after a protracted and bitter battle. In the 1990s, Icahn set his sights on RJR Nabisco, the food and tobacco giant. He engaged in a fierce bidding war for the company, ultimately losing out to a record-breaking leveraged buyout by Kohlberg Kravis Roberts and Company. More recently, Icahn has been involved in high-stakes battles with companies such as Time Warner, Yahoo, and eBay. His activist campaigns have led to significant changes in these companies, including spin-offs, asset sales, and management shake-ups. Carl Icahn's impact on the American economy is multifaceted and subject to ongoing debate. His critics argue that his aggressive tactics, often focused on short-term gains, can leave companies weakened and vulnerable in the long run. Conversely, Icahn's supporters contend that his activism serves as a vital check on corporate complacency and mismanagement. They argue that his pressure on companies to improve efficiency, unlock value, and enhance shareholder returns ultimately strengthens the overall economy. The truth likely lies somewhere in between these two extremes. There are undoubtedly instances where Icahn's interventions have had both positive and negative consequences for the companies involved and the broader economy. His focus on shareholder value can lead to short-term gains but may come at the expense of long-term growth and stability. Ultimately, Icahn's economic impact is difficult to quantify definitively, but his actions have undoubtedly shaken up corporate America. While Carl Icahn is best known for his ruthless deal-making and corporate battles, his legacy extends beyond the realm of finance. He is also a notable philanthropist, dedicating a significant portion of his wealth to various charitable causes close to his heart. Icahn's philanthropic efforts are primarily focused on healthcare, education, and supporting disadvantaged children. He is a major donor to the Icahn School of Medicine at Mount Sinai, a leading medical school in New York City. In the field of education, Icahn has made substantial donations to his alma maters, Princeton University and Far Rockaway High School. Icahn's philanthropic endeavors extend beyond financial contributions. He's also the founder of the Icahn Charter Schools, a network of public charter schools serving underprivileged communities in New York City. Through his philanthropic endeavors, Icahn demonstrates a commitment to giving back to society and addressing critical social issues. Carl Icahn's aggressive brand of shareholder activism has not come without its share of controversy. His methods have often sparked intense debates within the financial community. One of the most persistent criticisms leveled against Icahn is that he engages in greenmail, a practice where an investor acquires a significant stake in a company and then threatens a hostile takeover, forcing the company to buy back their shares at a premium to avoid the takeover. This tactic has been seen as manipulative and unfair by many. While Icahn denies engaging in greenmail, his critics point to several instances where companies have repurchased his shares at inflated prices. These actions have led to significant financial strain on the companies involved. Icahn has also been accused of insider trading, using non-public information to profit from his trades. Such allegations have cast a shadow over his business dealings. In 2013, he was investigated by the Securities and Exchange Commission, or SEC, for his role in the sale of Herbalife shares. This investigation was a significant event in his career. While Icahn was never charged with wrongdoing, the investigation raised concerns about his trading practices and potential conflicts of interest. It highlighted the fine line he walks in his business strategies. Furthermore, Icahn's aggressive tactics and confrontational style have earned him a reputation for being ruthless and even vindictive. His approach has made him a polarizing figure in the world of finance, admired by some and reviled by others. Carl Icahn's legacy is one of disruption, transformation, and unwavering self-belief. He has left an indelible mark on the landscape of American finance, forever changing the dynamics between shareholders and corporations. His aggressive brand of shareholder activism, once considered a fringe practice, has become a mainstream investment strategy, inspiring a new generation of activist investors. Icahn's impact extends beyond the companies he has targeted and the billions he has amassed. He has challenged the status quo, forcing corporate America to confront issues of accountability, transparency, and shareholder value. His willingness to take on entrenched interests and challenge conventional wisdom has earned him both admiration and animosity. Despite the controversies, Icahn remains a towering figure in the world of finance. Whether lauded as a corporate savior or vilified as a ruthless raider, Carl Icahn's impact on American business is undeniable, and his legacy will continue to be debated for years to come. As Carl Icahn gradually steps back from the daily fray of Wall Street, his influence on the world of finance remains as potent as ever. His career, marked by bold moves and strategic investments, has left an indelible mark on the industry. The seeds of shareholder activism that he sowed decades ago have blossomed into a powerful force, reshaping the relationship between investors and corporations. This movement has empowered shareholders to have a more significant voice in corporate governance. Icahn's legacy is evident in the rise of a new generation of activist investors, emboldened by his example and armed with sophisticated strategies to influence corporate behavior. These new activists are not just following in his footsteps, but are also innovating and adapting to the modern financial landscape. These investors, wielding significant capital and a deep understanding of financial markets, are increasingly holding companies accountable for their performance, demanding greater transparency and pushing for changes that benefit shareholders. They are leveraging technology and data analytics to make more informed decisions. Some of the leading activist investors seemingly following in the footsteps of Carl Icahn are Jeffrey Smith at Starboard Value, Nelson Peltz at Tryon Partners, Jeff Ubben and Mason Morfitt at Value Act Capital, Bill Ackman at Pershing Square Capital Management, as well as an apprentice of Ackman, Scott Ferguson at Sarkham Head Capital Management. But Ferguson claimed to be less combative than other activists, which we'd argue he has proved numerous times to be true, focused on helping to produce value, rather than simply extracting as much value as possible. The future of activism is likely to be shaped by several factors, including the growing influence of institutional investors and the increasing complexity of global markets. As markets evolve, so too will the strategies and tools used by activist investors. While the specific tactics and targets may evolve, the fundamental principles of shareholder activism championed by Icahn are likely to endure. His emphasis on accountability and performance will continue to resonate. Carl Icahn's legacy will continue to be debated and dissected for years to come, but his impact on the world of finance is undeniable. His contributions have set a precedent that will influence future generations of investors and corporate leaders. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed the video, please hit that thumbs up button, comment down below if you have anything to add or share, and please subscribe to the channel because it greatly supports the work we do. Thanks again, and until next time, stay calculating, my friend.